Now what we're going to do, we're going to turn her over onto its belly, and we're going to go ahead and work like this right here. Just go right up along that back, just like so, right against these bones right here. You see that? Now go around this bone here, and just like so. We ended up with our fish just like that. Take your knife and just kind of work that down off the rib, just like so. And you're going to end up with the same type of fillet as you had on the other fish. Look at that. That is gorgeous. You can't do any better than that. Somebody might be able to. There might be a better fish cleaner around, but I'll tell you what, I've cleaned a lot of fish in my life. Anyway, we got a beautiful fillet right here. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing with the electric knife that we did with the hand knife. I got paper all over. We're going to go ahead and get him off the skin. You see here, we got the skin on there. We're going to go ahead and just go get yourself right at the tail there. Now don't hold your knife too deep. You don't want to go through the skin. Okay? You don't want to go through the skin. So what we do is we just go ahead and let me get this thing started right. Okay. If you hold it too deep, you'll end up going through the skin, and we don't want that. Okay, I've got my grip here. So what we do is we just lay that skin. I don't know why my blades don't want to stay in there. Anyway, we go ahead and do that. And I kind of screwed the pooch on that one, but anyway, let me get some of this paper out of the way here. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the skin. Electric knives can be a little bit dicey for doing catfish, but you still do a good job. See this here? We got the same thing, same piece of fillet. Got a little bit of skin on there that we can get off. But we're going to do the same thing with the fat. We're just going to go ahead and get that fat out of there. You see how I did that? Turn that around. Get that dark meat out of there. Now what we do is, see how I'm doing that? It's basically the same as a regular knife, only you're using electric. The only problem is, with electric, you can end up, your mistakes end up showing a little more. Okay, so we got a nice fillet here, nice catfish fillet. Then we're going to go ahead and cut them up like so. Just beautiful. Look at that. That's going to be some prime eating right there. Okay, now we got this other side to do. We're going to do exactly the same thing. Try to get you where you can see this. We're going to ring that right around, right like that. Right at this collarbone here, I call it. Actually, it's part of this fin bone, I guess, but anyway. We're right here in the belly. Here's the ribs right here. We're going to go ahead and cut those right on down. Cut that belly right there. Now, if you're not working from a reverse angle, that's good, like I am. Here's one thing you don't want to break right here, this gallbladder if possible. That's on the liver. If you break that, wash that piece of meat immediately. Okay? I mean immediately. So we're going to get rid of that. That's the belly meat. We'll come back to that. Okay. Here we are. We're right back to this fish again where we started. We're going to turn him this way. We're going to get this right here along this bottom fin. Just follow that up. Go all the way through to the back here. Well, let me get her through there. Just like so. You see that? Just broke it right loose. I mean, that's pretty darn good. Anyway, here we go. Now we're going to go to the back part of it. Okay, we got the back. See how that's off of there? What we're going to do is we're going to go down along this back, just like so. You want to stay on the right side of this. If you don't stay on the right side of this spinal column, then you'll end up with problems. So you want to stay on the proper side of that. See how I just kind of zipped right around that bone? You do it enough, that's what you do. You just kind of get used to it. So now what we're doing is I'm going to try to get you a good angle here. I'm going to fillet this right on there. There we go. We're done with that part of the fish. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to try to get him the skin off the other side of this fillet, just like so. Then what we'll do is lay him right down there and do the same thing. Get yourself a little grip here. Get your blade flat. If you got a board or something to lay that on, that's great. I'm just doing it the way most people would, right on their picnic table or something. You see how that come off of there? Great piece of skin in there. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this fat out of here. Just run that down there. Turn that over. You'll end up doing the same thing. But I guarantee you, you won't like that too much. If you're trying to introduce somebody to fishing and they taste that fat, it's not going to go over too good. They're going to say, what the heck am I eating? So anyway, there's that piece of fat out of there. Cut that up. Just like so. That's about as easy as it gets, isn't it? There's no reason to waste good fish. Okay, we got this belly part again. This is the best part, I think. You get a big flathead or something like that, or a big blue cat. I'll tell you what, this belly meat is good, really good. I'm gonna get under these. I'm gonna get these fins off of here, like this here. These bottom fins, like so. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna fillet that. We're gonna fillet the skin off of that, like we would any other piece of meat. Okay, just like so. Just like so. I'm going to try to get that off of there. We might do some more catfish here so you can get a grip on it. But I think 3 is a good one. You can replay this. See, I got all that bottom meat, that skin off that belly meat. Now, what we do is we got to get rid of that silver skin. See that silver skin? That's what makes belly meat taste not so good. If you get them at a grocery store, they still have that on there. That's not good. So, what you do is right down the center line of the belly. Just take your fillet knife and get it in there and just fillet that right on off. Just like that. No silver skin on there or nothing or anything. It's just beautiful. Here's all your silver skin right here. And I'll tell you what, that makes a world of difference in eating the catfish. Especially the belly meat. The belly meat is some of the best meat on it. We do the same thing. Just get your knife flat. And you'll end up, we got a little bit there, but there you go. It's just a beautiful piece of meat. So, you even make a sandwich out of that. But anyway, those 3 catfish, I got enough meat for a couple.